I have been seeing multiple people. It's like they get accused. It's always funny when they do go on X and they all start regurgitating the same talking points. It seems like somebody has sent something to them like a memo. Hey, I need you to say it like this. Well, there's a growing consensus amongst, I guess, black Democrats that Donald Trump is about to give white people reparations. I'm going to repeat. There is a growing consensus online that Donald Trump is going to pay white people reparations. He's been putting a lot of stuff out on his Truth Social, and he's been making these videos where he's announcing certain things that he's going to do when he takes office. He's been doing this for a couple of months now, but lately, since the election, he's been doing it like almost every day. He's been announcing different stuff. So either he's putting it out via email, he's putting it out on Truth, or you get like the official letterhead with Trump Vance on it, and he puts out whatever he's going to say. Or he's doing it on True Social via video format. So this is the video I want to show you all. And we're going to talk about this on the other side because I just want to see what it is that people are saying. I haven't really watched this. I don't be paying attention to stuff like this, but I had to this time because people have been saying it. So we're gonna check it out. Let's see.
Furthermore, I will direct the Department of Justice to pursue federal civil rights cases against schools that continue to engage in racial discrimination and schools that persist in explicit unlawful discrimination under the guise of equity will not only have their endowments taxed, but through budget reconciliation, I will advance a measure to have them fined up to the entire amount of their endowment. A portion of the seized funds will then be used as restitution for victims of these illegal and unjust policies that hurt our country so badly. Colleges have gotten hundreds of billions of dollars from hardworking taxpayers, and now we are going to get this anti-American insanity out of our institutions once and for all. We are going to have real education in America. Thank you.
So these universities have been teaching wokeism, as they call it, all these diversity programs and stuff like that. It's gotten too far. I would tell you this, and this is why I kind of despise lumping different struggles together, because the issues that black people have suffered in this country are different than any other minority group, and they're different than things that happen with the LGBTQ movement. A lot of these policies that they're talking about has nothing to do with race, to be honest. A lot of this has to do with the LGBTQ movement, particularly when it comes to like indoctrination. Like a lot of parents don't want their kids learning about this stuff in school. We've seen like the drag brunches with kids are there at these brunches. You know, there's a big push for transgenderism in sports and like all these things. And a lot of people are not down with that. You know, in Florida, DeSantis had a woke act where they stopped being woke. And people came out and said, yo, he wanted to get rid of African-American study classes and all this stuff. Well, the class wasn't really focused on, it was focused on black history, but this course mainly, its whole premise was to introduce LGBTQ people who made an impact during the civil rights generation. And he was like, we're not teaching that. I don't have a problem with teaching African-American history. We've been doing this for years. Why is this new curriculum out? So he threw the curriculum out, and people had to up in arms. So he's coming after DE&I. Sometimes you gotta go do your own research, right? If you listen to sound bites and clicks, you would be misinformed and miseducated a lot. That's where the disinformation starts, by listening to people without doing your research. Usually on my channel, I try to provide you all with the content from the people. So you get it from the news, the sources where it's coming from. Then I give my opinion on it. In no way, shape, or form am I saying that what I say is law. All right. I bring you all to the actual topics themselves, and I let you listen to what the people are saying so you can get it. You can get an idea, and you can come up with your own judgment based on what you hear. Right. Not based on what is said, but based on what you hear with your ears. Not what I say through this microphone. So it's very important, right? I did not hear him say anything about race and white people getting restitution or reparations. What I heard was we are going to have the government, the DOJ, investigate schools who are discriminated against kids based on, whatever it is, this terminology, this stuff is, inequity. Because they want to keep saying it's about DE&I and equity, but it's all about inclusiveness. It really has nothing to do with diversity, really. It's really about inclusiveness. It's really about ushering in and have people be able to say whatever pronoun and don't get offended. And that's what he's talking about. He's talking about violations of people's First Amendment rights. If I don't agree with your stance and I have my own opinion, you want to cancel me because you say I have a phobia. Or you want to get me suspended from school because you say that I don't support it. A lot of this has a lot to do with also with what's going on in Israel and Palestine. So, in my opinion now, this is my opinion, this is like a nothing burger. And if you were discriminated against on campus and you are a black student or a Latino student, you were discriminated against, guess what? You should be able to file a claim. Because the Civil Rights Act, it protects everybody, right? So we'll see how this goes. I'm curious to see if anybody's going to step up and file a lawsuit. I mean, we've seen some things get challenged in court. We've seen affirmative action get challenging, and then that got disbanded. We've seen, certain protections get thrown back. A lot of this stuff, the Civil Rights Act in 1964 really became something that weaponized the country. It's really what divides the country, to be honest. If you go look at the Civil Rights Act and you look at the things in it that it's supposed to protect against, those are the main things that divide the country.